Team Anna has now agreed to only 2 of the 22 conditions that have been set by the Delhi police. The Team Anna will submit the undertaking to the Delhi police at about 11:30, 20 minutes from now. Remember, Delhi police had made it clear that even if one condition is not adhered to, they will not allow Team Anna to fast in the capital. They are now headed for a clear showdown. Just 2 of the conditions out of 22 have been agreed upon is what sources are telling Times Now at the moment. Jaguri is joining us live. Jaguri, clearly they're headed for a huge showdown tomorrow.
Absolutely, Niranjan. Now we've seen how Team Anna and the government are locked in a war of words, and there's still uncertainty whether Team Anna would be allowed to stage that protest and go on that indefinite hunger strike come 16th August. As you pointed out, that Team Anna has not agreed to certain clauses set forward by the Delhi police. Now remember, on Saturday, 22 terms and conditions were set forward by Delhi police, most of which are not acceptable to Team Anna. Some of them are that the Delhi police has asked that a limited turnout of people should come there. Now Team Anna said that they cannot restrict it to 4,000 or 5,000 people as demanded by Delhi police, because they are expecting lakhs of people from all across the country to join them. Also, the fact that Delhi police wants that only a government doctor would look after Anna Hazare when he begins that fast, that is not acceptable to them. Also, the 3-day that the Delhi police has set for the fast, the deadline is till 6 p.m. on 18th August, while Anna Hazare had asked for a month's time. So these are the points of differences that continue between Anna Hazare and the Delhi police. Now we have to see, an affidavit is to be filed by Prashant Bhushan, and Delhi police has made it very clear that even if one condition is not acceptable to Team Anna, they will not be allowed to stage that protest at the JP National Park tomorrow morning. But the word from Team Anna is very clear. They said that tomorrow at 10 a.m. they would be going to JP National Park, and they would try and sit and begin that indefinite hunger strike. If they are placated or forcefully evicted from that site, they are ready for any eventuality. Anna Hazare also spelling out that in case he is arrested, he's asked the people to continue with the momentum, not to lose any opportunity, and people who believe in this fight for the Lokpal should also court arrest, and they should start their fast from the jails itself. So really no party at this moment ready to budge, both sticking on their ground. Anna Hazare very clear, come what may, he will begin that indefinite hunger strike. Also Delhi police very clear that they are not going to agree if Team Anna does not accept the terms and conditions set by them. Also we have seen how the Congress party has really stepped up the pressure, attacking Anna Hazare on counts of corruption. Anna Hazare himself daring the government to file an FIR against him if they have proof.
That's right.
And also saying that this indefinite hunger strike would continue till the time that the government shows proof of corruption against Anna Hazare and clears his name. So really both Team Anna and the government headed for a big showdown come 16th August.
Delhi police sources telling Times Now that if Team Anna does not agree to the proposed 22 guidelines, permission will not be granted for holding the fast. Remember, Team Anna earlier had said that they are okay with only 2 of the 22 different conditions that has been set forth by Delhi police. We have with us at this point Bhavtosh to give us a better idea of what exactly is happening. Bhavtosh, this seems to be getting the disagreement, in fact, just seems to be worsening.
Yes, in fact, the Delhi police now have come out in open, have said that if Team Anna doesn't give them an affidavit and undertaking that the proposed fast would get over by 6 p.m. on 18th, they have no option but to deny them a permission to hold protest at JP Park. In fact, JP Park has been locked down by the Delhi police in the evening itself. Initially, they claimed that this was done because of the security arrangements on the eve of Independence Day, but that those things have not yet been removed. The barricades are still in place. In fact, earlier in the morning, the DCP and the ACP of area again visited JP Park and made sure that barricades are still in place. And officers have said that they have now decided that moment the Team Anna gives them affidavit that would happen in just few minutes from now, they will tell the team that you can't hold the protest at JP Park.
We are getting to know that Prashant Bhushan, in fact, has spoken out about the Delhi police, saying that the restrictions imposed by Delhi police seem to be a violation of fundamental rights. Bhavtosh still on the phone line with us. Bhavtosh.
Yes, though the Delhi police have said that they won't be granting them permission to hold the protest at JP Park, but they are also aware of the fact that the Team Anna might approach the courts because they can say that the Delhi police is denying them a fundamental right to hold a protest and demonstration. That in no protest, Delhi police puts guidelines, that to 22 guidelines to hold protests, and that's the reason why it appears that now that Team Anna might approach the court. They might file a petition in the court tomorrow itself. But as of now, the Delhi police is very adamant. They have said that the moment they will receive the affidavit, and they are pretty sure that they won't be sticking to the guidelines issued by the Delhi police. They have no option but to deny them a permission to hold the protest at JP Park.
One is that they are saying that we should only have 3,000 to 4,000 people there. That park can easily accommodate 15,000 to 20,000 people. Then why are they putting these kind of restrictions? Especially when the political parties seek permission for their rallies. About a week back, one political party had a rally of 1.5 lakh people. There were no such restrictions on them. Then why are they imposing such restrictions on us? These are questions that come to one's mind. Second is they are saying that it will be only a 3-day protest. Now just imagine the people who are indulging in corruption are also the people who have to give you permission whether you can protest against them. So therefore they are saying that only 4,000 people, only 3 days. So these are artificial restrictions being imposed. We are protesting against them, and they are trying to dictate, they are trying to create a theatre for us with their own script, that this is the script that you have to follow. This is unreasonable, and this is unjustified, and this is unconstitutional. The third is they are saying that there will be no sound system. Now in the absence of sound system, it will create a complete law and order problem. If you have a sound system, a reasonable sound system, then at least Annaji can make a call to the people in case something goes wrong. Fourth is they are saying there will be no tents. If there are no tents, there's so much of rain. So where will the people take shelter? How will putting a tent cause a law and order problem? It is against the constitution. Constitution allows you to impose reasonable restrictions only for law and order and certain other things. It does not say that tent will not be allowed. Fifth is they are saying that they will allow only government doctors to inspect Anna, which is also not acceptable, because if the police has been influenced so badly by the corrupt elements in the government, then they would also influence the government doctors. And sixth क्या था? एक और था कुछ, I don't remember. Parking. Only 50 vehicles will be around. That there's a huge parking space. Why only 50 people? Why not 50 vehicles? Why not 100? Why not 75? How did they arrive at this 50 arbitrary figure? It smacks of complete arbitrariness and a dictatorial attitude.
The Delhi police is unlikely to give you permission, then give you the go-ahead. There's a huge security arrangement also in JP Park. What will be your next course of action?
That is very unfortunate, because I just don't see what is the law and order problem by our going there and sitting peacefully. If they are resorting to all these things, they are creating an emergency-like situation in the country, which is extremely bad. And all of us, time has come when the whole country needs to stand up and fight for their democratic rights, not just corruption. It is in addition to corruption, it is complete clamp down on our democratic rights and on the constitution of this country. Constitution is in suspension today.
Sir, the Prime Minister also has made a comment today, and he said that you can't. Fasting is not a way to protest. I wouldn't like to comment on Honorable Prime Minister's speeches. That is his viewpoint of view. We may not agree with him. But are you ready to court arrest or go to the court? What are the options now?
All the options are open. All the options are open. We will definitely go there tomorrow. If we are arrested in between, we will offer arrest. If we are allowed to sit, we will sit. And the option of going to the court is also open.
Thank you. Tell us one thing. Your critics, many of your critics would also say that that you did not give the parliament a chance at all.
I think the government is misusing the parliament by creating parliament and the standing committee as its shield. Government has presented a law which tends to protect the corrupt people, encourage corruption, and fire and imprison the people who are raising their voice against corruption. And now, in order to protect their misdeeds and their mischievousness,
the government is using the Parliamentary Standing Committee and the Parliament as a shield. I would urge the parliamentarians to wholesale reject this law and send it back to the government and not become a shield for the corruption in the
But all
government.
political parties have also upheld the right of the parliaments to make the law. That is the system, that is the democratic system that is followed and respected. So your critics would say that you are not giving parliament a chance at all. Do you met all
Obviously we are saying present the right kind of law in the parliament and let the parliament debate. By presenting this law, you are not allowing the parliament to debate all the issues in the parliament. You have presented a fait accompli to the parliament. The law presented by the government of India to the parliament is an insult to the parliament. It is the government has taken a view, my way or highway. 5 people in the government have drafted a law and they are saying either this or not. It is their attitude. Some people in the government, some corrupt elements in the government are saying their way or highway.
Sir, but they also have the same allegation against you, that it's either my way or the highway.
It is not just 5 people. In our case, it's not 5 people. It's lakhs and crores of these people. There are so many surveys. Every media house has done a survey. So many referendums. Let the government do this. Let the government. So if they are saying that the people of this country are saying my way or highway, that is what democracy is. The people of this country, the will of the people of this country is supreme. That is democracy. So if the people say my way or highway, that is democracy. But if 5 ministers say my way or highway, that is dictatorship.